Hello everyone, this is Dr. E, and for today we're going to be talking about the application that I use to verify if my calculation and computation in linear algebra is correct, and this is what we're going to be working on for today. Linear algebra and operations involving matrices can sometimes really straightforward and easy, and sometimes it can be really frustrating. And that is what we're going to be talking about for today. The application that I use to verify if my calculation in linear algebra is correct, because we know that in linear algebra, specifically in finding the determinants or inverses or using Cramer's rule or the Gauss Jordan Elimination method, precision is extremely important, but knowing and confidently understanding that our solutions are correct is a little bit challenging in linear algebra. That's why I always share my students the applications that I use to verify if my process are correct and not to be too dependent with it. So for students, the videos on linear algebra and its operations are in the description box below. And for teachers, you are of course free to use this video for your lesson and share it to your students as well. So of course, you need to know how to find the determinant of your matrix, either 2 by 2 or 3 by 3 matrix. And we know that when it's a 2 by 2 matrix, finding its determinant can be easy, because all you have to do is to multiply the first diagonal and then subtract it with the second diagonal and you'll get the determinants. But finding the determinant of a 3 by 3 matrix is a different story, and this is where we are learning the value of patience and accuracy when we work with determinants of a 3 by 3 matrix. And after that, of course, we'll be able to learn how to use the Cramer's rule or the Gauss Jordan Elimination method, so that we'll be able to use linear algebra to solve complex linear system or solutions of linear systems, especially if your linear systems has 3 unknown variables. And that is what we're going to be working on today in our example for finding the solutions of our linear system, specifically with this linear system right here. And we have here our 3 variable linear system and its augmented matrix, which is all over here. So now we have converted our linear system so that we can use linear algebra to find the solutions or the value of x, y, and z of our linear system. And to do that, we can use the Cramer's rule or the Gauss Jordan Elimination method. And we know if we're going to use the Cramer's rule, we need to find the determinant of our matrix right here, and the coefficient matrix will serve as our main matrix or the denominator that we're going to be using for the Cramer's rule. And to be able to do that, we'll have 1, 0, negative 1, 1, 1, 0, and negative 1, 3, negative 2. And to find the determinant of the matrix like this, there are several methods that we could use. However, for today, we're going to skip that because those videos are in the description box below, because for today, we're going to be using an application that can help us verify if our determinants are all correct. So first, we need to find or click on the determinant, and the link for this web application that you can use is in the description box below. So we're going to set our matrix to a 3 by 3 matrix. You can do 4 by 4, 5 by 5. So we are working on 3 by 3 right here. So we know that the coefficient matrix here, which you are not seeing, but I'm going to show it to you in a little while. So all we need to do is to plug it in. 1, 1, negative 1, and then 0, 1, 3, and then negative 1, 0, and negative 2. Make sure that all your entries are correct and calculate. And our determinant is right over here, which is negative 6. So the determinant of our 3 by 3 matrix, specifically the coefficient matrix, is at negative 6. Now, to use this app to find the solution of a matrix, we can either use the Cramer's rule or the Gauss Jordan Elimination method, both of which will work. So I'm just going to use the Cramer's rule since we already found the determinants a while ago. So let's refresh our app so that we can click on this. And I'm having trouble a little bit with this application, so hopefully I can get this. Okay, so it's not giving me the app right now. So let's show you how I got this app by Googling it. So I just searched for Cramer's rule calculator, Cramer's rule calculator, and Google will give you that app, and this is now the app that we are using. So now it's clickable. So now we can use Cramer's rule to find the solution of our 3x3 matrix, because now it's refreshed and reset. So let's set it, and now you will notice that our right-hand side is now available here in our text box right here. So all we need to do is to plug it in and find the value of our solution for our linear system. So we have 1, 1, -1, and 9. And then on the second row, I have 0, 1, 3, and 3. And on the third row, I have -1, 0, -2, and 2. And now that you have plugged in the coefficients of your linear system, all we need to do is to solve it. And the solution is right over here. Let's write it down. So our x variable, or our x coordinate, is going to be 2 all over 3, 2/3, and then 7, and then -4 all over 3. So this is now our solution for our linear system using our application. And again, we're using this because we want to show you that we can verify if our Cramer's rule or your Gauss Jordan elimination method is correct by using the application. But again, as I'm always telling my students, it's okay to use technology, but we cannot be too dependent, and we cannot just use technology without understanding how the math works in producing the determinants and the solution of our linear system. And this is what I do, and I work with using applications such as what I have shown you, and how it's helping students to be able to understand linear algebra better. And for teachers, do you have any special apps that you use in working with problems involving linear algebra? You can comment it down below, and perhaps we can use it in our next video. And for our students, you can use the videos I have at the description box below to practice your skill on finding the determinant using Cramer's rule or using the Gauss Jordan elimination method. And now you have an app to verify if your process and each step is correct, because that app that I showed you will show you every little step that happened in your matrix operation. And again, this is Dr. E, and see you again next time. Bye!